You know,
Everybody introduce themselves?
Yep.
yeah, I think everybody
Except for you.
Okay,
Yes,
go.
yes.
Well, welcome everybody. Great to see familiar faces and new faces. Thank you so much for coming to our humble event here. I am Cesar Plata, founder of EveryCircle.com. Quite simply, my business is to help you grow your business. Been doing this now for over 16 years. I started it as MuyBueno.net, then I changed it to InfoBayer.com. Now it's EveryCircle. I used to be a mechanical engineer, and I still see there's a need here in our community. And by community, I mean the whole Bay Area and beyond. There's a lot of organizations, a lot of individuals that are like islands. And my whole premise is to bring people together. First by connecting people, by informing people. Online, we cordially invite you to check it out. We have a calendar, a business directory, a lot of goodies. We recently got hacked back in November, so I had to take it down, put it back up, and so there's a lot of content that's missing, but we're working on that. Behind the scenes, my new business partners and I were working on something really, 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 really big. And so later on this year, we will launch it. You'll hear about it. People will hear about it. And help me help you. I have an email list of over 19,000 people, no members. You might say I'm quite well connected. Help me connect with you. Meet me at networking events. I'll introduce you to people. I enjoy that. And again, Fred, thank you again. You've done this presentation for us 4, 5, 6, I forgot, many, many times. I always learn something new. It's always a reminder of how great my personality is. Right? It's all about you guys here. And by the way, we'll be doing these similar workshops. I just got the green light. I've been at this new restaurant. It used to be the Medallion Restaurant in Burlingame. So
Okay.
we'll talk about that. But I'm only a phone call away, please. The restrooms for the men are here, for the ladies are down the hall. There's waters, there's candies, and I'm only a phone call away. Let's connect. We'll see you at the future events. Thank you.
I just wanted to know that you're also, we reconnected with Les Brown at
Yes.
the facility in San Mateo, I think it was, with Eric Lofton. So just the level of exposure and experience that Cesar brings to the table, he's not joking. He really does have a portfolio of connections that could really elevate your business and also your status quo here in San Jose or in the Northern California Bay Area.
Yeah, and our whole premise, and thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Let's pay it forward, you know. You notice on the back of the little flyer I gave you, one of my mantras that I'm trying to share with people. Those of us who network, quite often people come up to you and say, "Hi, what do you do? Are you a member? Hi, what do you do?" Garvin and I, we talked about that. And we're encouraging people to say, "Welcome, how you doing? What brought you here? How may I help you? Let's pay it forward. Let's help others first." And it comes back tenfold, 20-fold, 100-fold. And please share this, whatever you learn here, share it with others. Buy his videos, buy his books. Connect him with connect our friends. Let's connect each other here. And please exchange business cards. And enough of me. I'll get out here in case I think we're waiting for Tanya. And please, you know what? I couldn't say enough about you, but you eat, breathe, and sleep, and live, and it comes out of your pores. The DISC method about personality profiles. You can figure people out really quick, and it's an amazing program. It's an amazing concept, or more than a concept. Fred, all about you. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Thank you,
Welcome, everybody.
merci beaucoup. Thank you. Wow. So, you know, I want to get started. One of the things I do in my presentations all the time is I have people move in their seats. And I kind of like to joke around because I went to Catholic grammar school, Catholic high school, and so I have a real strong religious background. And one of the things I learned about Jesus Christ, I really kind of liked him. You know, he said he wasn't here to save people. And a lot of people don't know that. But he said, "I'm here to divide you." And I go, that's pretty powerful. And so when I do my presentations, what I like to do is divide people. And the reason why I do that, I want people to sit in different seats and they're based on their basic personality. And when I do my presentation, you can see how other people think. And for teachers, for real estate people, for attorneys, once you have this skill set, when you have two people, and it's funny, I talked to somebody today, I'm not going to mention any names, but I just want to throw this question out. If you saw two animals, you know, two ducks or two animals, could you tell the difference between a male and a female? Does anybody know the difference?
Well, I'm a duck hunter, so.
Oh, tell us about it. No, man, no, that's
I mean, like a greenhead mallard versus a brown female.
okay. But they'll tell. I understand, but tell them. So
Sorry.
explain what the difference is.
Oh, visually?
Yes.
One's got a green head, and the other one's plain brown, pretty much, with like speckled black spots.
Is
And
that the female or the male?
the female is the speckled black spots, and the male has the green shiny head with dark brown and black back, and white tail. They both have like white tails, and they really fast, and I'm terrible shot.
So what's interesting now, he's a hunter, but I know this because I used to raise birds and stuff like this, my dad, and animals. One thing to animals, and if you know about animals, in the animal kingdom, the male, generally speaking, is a more colorful animal. You know, like you have the lion, they got the mane. All the animals, the females, they're more the plain. And so that's kind of interesting. And so when you recognize animals, you can spot and say, hey, that's a male. Now, their preference in eating, are they all the same?
Pretty much the
Same, yeah. But you can tell, you know, what you shot. And so in life, it's the same thing. Learning, you dealing with clients. So there's 4 different personality styles. And my whole goal is here is to have you recognizing your clients, but first you got to recognize in yourself. So I'm going to start with asking 2 questions. And this, when you first meet somebody, like Cesar says, you know, pass it forward. You know, how can I help you? The first thing, if you listen to Fred, the first thing when you meet somebody, what you want to do is determine, is that person outgoing or reserved? So I'm going to ask that question is, you know, let's go around the room. Do you think you're outgoing or reserved? Or do you know? You're outgoing?
Outgoing.
Reserve.
You don't know? Okay. Okay. Do you think you're outgoing or reserved?
Mixed.
Okay. Okay.
Depends on the situation.
Okay.
Reserved, but I'm breaking out of my shell.
Okay. So what I want to tell you is everybody, and Garvin said it right, depending on the situation, we all change, you know, but we have a basic style and we have an environmental style. And so today what I want you to do is think about your basic style. And usually I'm good at recognizing somebody if they're reserved or outgoing, but for today's presentation, it doesn't matter what you are, you have to choose. You have to choose if you're outgoing or reserved. So for this, you choose to be outgoing because I'm going to seat you in different sections. And what's going to happen in this presentation, while I do my presentation, sometimes you have people actually get up and go, you know what, I belong to this different group. But I'm going to do you in 4 basic groups, okay? So outgoing, reserved, you don't know.
Outgoing.
He's outgoing.
Outgoing.
He doesn't know. He's mixed. He's mixed. And
Okay, it's mixed. Okay, so what I want to do is let me explain what outgoing people are. Okay, outgoing people are people that would meet somebody and start talking to them. Hey, how you doing? They'll talk to anybody anywhere. That's an outgoing person. Okay. A reserved person is somebody who will stand back and just observe people and not. They don't necessarily come out and shake their hands. Okay. So based on that, you know, if you're a wallflower, do you feel that there's a difference right now? Can you pick one now based on what I told you?
I'd say I'm outgoing.
Okay, outgoing. Okay,
For
that's good.
mixes
Yeah,
and
yeah, it doesn't matter. And then based on what I said, would you pick outgoing or reserve? Just pick one. It doesn't matter.
Outgoing.
Outgoing. Okay, and
I think so too.
outgoing.
We'll go with
Okay,
outgoing.
so let me get reserved and
Reserved.
reserved. So 2 reserves. Okay. Okay. So
May I interrupt? Sorry. We have coffee back here too, and tea, and if you like back there.
okay. So what I'm going to do, not right now, but I'm going to ask the reserve people to come to this side of the room, and the outgoing people stay there. Okay. But I'm going to divide you one more time, and this is a harder question to ask somebody. Okay. Are you task-oriented or are you people-oriented? And what I mean by that is that if it was any given time and you had a homework assignment, a client assignment, or there's a Christmas party you need to go to, or a function, a fun, would you rather do the task first and then go to the party, or would you go to the party first and then do the task? Does that make sense? Okay, so in your situation, what would you do? Would you do the task first, or are you more, hey, let's do the people and then I'll do the task later?
Probably task.
Task? Okay.
People.
People? Okay.
Task.
Task?
People.
Okay.
It depends on the deadline. I mean, if there's priority.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, just
if
pick
there's-
a course. Yeah. we just want you to pick one. You can always change. Just I'm the judge here. Pick one.
If there is no deadline, right? If there is no deadline.
If there's no deadline, people then.
People? Okay, people. Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take care of the people.
Okay. So what I want to do is I want all the people, yeah, so I want the reserve people come this way, my way first, so come this way, the side of the room. And then I want the task people to sit over there. So you're task oriented?
No, I'm gonna go
People, okay, then sit over here. Okay. Are you task oriented?
Yeah.
Okay, then sit over there. Okay. So now I've got you. You're outgoing what people? Did you say?
No, from people.
Task? Task? Okay, task.
Yeah.
And then you are, you sit over here, Kurt, and you are,
people.
people sit over here, and you are, people, okay, sit over here, you think you're people over here, so sit over here, then Diane would sit over there, she's more task oriented, okay, so sit over here, okay? Okay, and throughout this presentation, you guys can move and change seats, okay? And so,
Sorry, you want me to put your back right there?
yes, you're over here, yes, you're over here. So y'all good. So what I've just done, I divided the room out. The people in the back, they're the outgoing people, and the people in the front are the reserve people. Okay? So, and I separated, I'm asked Rich, your outgoing people, to kind of move over here. So Diane, let Diane sit by herself. Yeah, I just wanted, she needs to be a woman on an island of her own. Okay. Okay. You tried to tell her, but she didn't listen. Okay. So basically, when I do my presentation, I'm going to use a lot of words, and I'm going to use a lot of words to identify each group. And if you feel that that's you, that's great. If not, then just get up and move, okay? But before that, how many people here like to have fun? Okay, good. Okay, I like to have fun. Okay. So what I'm going to do is really test to see if you guys like to have fun. And so, speaking of having fun, I'm going to have a couple raffles, and Jeff knows more of what I have, but definitely Kirk Robinson said something, and he said Les Brown. And I'm an author. I wrote a, what's that?
Rich.
And what did I say? Chris Brown?
Kurt.
Kurt,
My brother.
My brother. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. Marilyn, Diane, Kirk. Okay, I got it. Okay. Anyway, Les Brown.
Did you call me Marilyn?
No, I just looked at you messing up. I didn't do that. No, I was just Diane. I was just.
He was repeating what he
Really said, yes. Repeating what I said. Anyway, I wrote a book, and it was on disc, and Les Brown is in his book, and Brian Tracy, Les Brown, Jack Canfield, Chicken Soup for Soul is in his book. And the reason I'm doing this is because we're going to have a couple raffles. Okay, so we're going to raffle that. And I wrote another book, Look-Up book, and I wrote this Look-Up book, and some of you have read this book. And I kind of, does anybody here believe in hypnosis?
I do.
You believe in hypnosis?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say Cesar. Cesar, you believe in hypnosis?
Definitely.
Oh, he believes in it now. Okay. So that's good. No, it's interesting. I wrote this book, and we're going to raffle this book out too. And one of the things I did in this book, I used the disc personalities, but I also used a little bit of hypnotic language. And so I was talking to Cesar after one of these presentations, and we're sitting down, and Cesar says, I said, I'd love to show people how to hypnotize themselves and stuff. And Cesar says, well, I can't be hypnotized. But it was interesting because weeks before that, Cesar says, Fred, I want to thank you for your book, because this book talks about when you're down, you just look up and you just change your whole mindset, right? And he goes, when I get down sometimes, he goes, I'm looking down, I catch myself, I think about your book. And I go, and I kind of smiled to myself when he said that. So moving forward, when we had that conversation, when I asked, do you like to be hypnotized, or do you know about hypnotized? He goes, no, I don't think I can be hypnotized. And I go, well, most people don't think they can be hypnotized, but if you read this book, and when every time you look down and then you start looking up, that's a post-hypnotic suggestion. So Cesar has been looking up, and so we're going to raffle this off, okay? So, but speaking of that, so I'm going to have fun. I don't even need an assistant. Usually I have an assistant to pass things out, but I'm going to pass it out myself. And so... You're welcome. Does everybody have a pen? If not, Cesar, we'll get you a pen, or...
Who needs a pen?
Yeah, pretty good. I didn't bring my pen. It's okay. So Diane was an elementary school teacher, then a principal, and so she gave instructions, and I failed all those, and so my punishment in life is I have to give people instructions. I got to do it right the first time, so I'm going to see how I can do that. So I want everybody to have the sheet of paper and have the circle on the top left-hand side. Does everybody have a circle? Okay. And then what I want you to do is I want you to put your name anywhere you want in there so you know this is your sheet because you're going to own this. And besides Rob over here, do we have any other left-handed people in this room? One left-handed person. Okay. Okay. 15%. Okay. What's that?
He's right. 15%.
15% of people are left-handed?
Well, no, technically it's only like 10%, but yeah.
Yeah, 15, okay.
Such a
But in this room,
number, God.
but we didn't factor in those two people either, though, right?
I'm right-handed.
He's right-handed, and
Yeah, I'm right-handed also.
it's 1 and 9, huh?
Wow, so mathematician, huh?
I'm right-handed, but I do other things with my left.
Really? Are you ambidextrous?
Not totally.
Okay, interesting, okay. So I just did this. So anyway, what I want you to do is really quickly is I want you to use your imagination, and I want you to imagine that there was an artist that had 6 individual pictures. Okay, 6 individual pictures. If you look at there's 6 individual squares here, and what that artist did, he had to leave to go on a break, but he wanted you to complete that. So each picture is an individual picture. They're not connected, but I want you to complete it. And then in that box in the middle where there's nothing, I'd like you to put whatever comes to your mind. Okay, and you got 5 minutes to do this. And have fun.
That is perfect. I don't know how you did.
Oh, I just.
Well, when you said time out.
Okay, yeah, thank you. My gum was in there. That's how I could tell I put my gum in there. Oh, it's not in there.
Oh wait, did these 6 individuals?
So, yeah, so let me tell you what you did right there, okay? And for some of you may not be happy with the results, and if not, I have blanks so you can change it. But what I tell people, this was given to me like many, many years ago, and this is really a self-assessment tool, okay? And this is how you see yourself. And so now we can have some laughter, we can have some sadness, but like I said, you can change these pictures, okay? So let me tell you what the definition for each picture is, and you can write it in there. The first picture is how you see yourself. That's how you see yourself. So, well, yeah, that's
What's the first?
the first one is the first disc right here.
Your upper left, okay.
Upper left.
Traditional.
Traditional upper left, yes. That's how you see yourself. Okay? So I don't know. Yours looks like a spider web, but it looks like also a dartboard.
What's a dartboard?
Dartboard. Now, do you feel people throw darts at you or what?
No.
No? Okay. But that's, and you have what, a circle,
That's a target, you know.
target?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. It's a target.
Okay, well, that's how you see yourself. What do you have, Miss Diane? Sunshine?
I see myself as a target.
Well, that's you can. No, here's this. Whatever that picture is, that's how you see yourself. But again, like I said, you can change the picture. You know, if you don't. Yeah, afterwards, when you leave here, you just take and you change the picture. But that's the interpretation. Okay. So the first one is how you see yourself. Now the second one is really why I do this exercise, because whatever you have there on the second one in the blank space, that's what's dominant on your mind.
Oh.
That's what, and that's why I said Rob. I mean, he thinks about dollar bills. He thinks about money all the time. Okay, and you think you're flatlining?
No, I have a cloud. It's like it's
Cloud?
part of the cloud. I misunderstood the entire assignment.
That's
Mine
okay.
is all together. Mine is a humongous thing that's all together, right?
Yeah, that's okay. And I said,
But so it's like a cloud.
okay, and I said not put all together. But that's okay.
My head is in the cloud.
That's okay. That's like it's, the neat thing is you can change that. You can take it home and do that.
That's a balloon.
Wait, so what is this one?
Okay.
Itself? What is this one?
So the first, it's whatever dominates on your mind. That's whatever is dominant on your mind. Your goal. That's what you have in the middle one. Okay, that's your goal. So now Diana's happy. So is you think about happiness? I mean, happiness is important. See, that's on her mind. Okay, and what do you have there, Kirk? Rick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Rich.
I'm prioritizing. I'm a time management.
Time. You have a clock there.
There's a clock.
So you always think clock
I'm
time.
thinking about what's
Okay.
next, what's next.
So did I get it right? That's dominant on your mind.
That's dominant on
Okay.
my mind.
And Garvin, I don't know. You have is that a kite or what?
Yeah, it could be a kind.
Kite. Okay. So you think about flying a kite? I love flying kites. Okay.
Go flex.
So go fly a kite. Okay.
Got one in my car right now.
Yeah. So that's that one. So tell me how you do. So the next one the top right is how you see your family life.
I don't know anything about that. That was the last one I got.
Now I got a laugh from Diane. Diane, what's?
It's a hot mess.
That's how you see your family life. What about you, Kirk?
You have a big family.
I had a wide
Rick.
open space.
Rick, no more. Rick, Rich. I don't know. It's amazing how the mind gets stuck, huh? I haven't seen your brother, but Rich. Okay. What do we have? You got a
At
house?
the top of the house.
Top of house, okay, that's family balance and
The pyramid.
pyramid stability. Yeah, no,
Stability?
yeah, pyramid strength. I mean, pyramids are very calculated. I mean, pyramids. Okay, let's look at the bottom left. Bottom left is how you see society.
Oh, yeah?
That's interesting. That's actually the only standard.
So you have a lot of what, building houses, skyscraper,
Skyscraper.
Okay.
Well,
So-
how do you interpret this one? I mean, I put some clouds here.
Clouds.
Oh,
Looks like a building. Yeah, looks like a building. Society. Okay.
Society.
Yeah. So the next one is really important, and you guys can do your own interpretation. And I like your picture too. It's that's your daydream. The bottom middle is your daydream. That's what you daydream. Okay.
A dolphin jumping over waves.
It's a Pisces, honey.
No, you're about to put.
Okay.
What's this one?
That's society. That's society. And I have blank ones. Like I said, you can take it home, and like some people in division boards, but this is really your self-assessment here. So the middle one is your daydreams, and the last one, don't get mad at me when I say this, but the last one represents your sex life.
Ping pong? I drew a ping pong.
Well,
I don't know
I've
what
actually
you do.
heard an analogy that like sex.
Very
Well,
Sex.
not about ping pong, but tennis, but it's the same thing.
Right.
So, like sex is sort of like tennis, where you have to find your right partner.
What is that?
So you're like back and forth type of thing. So if you're just like not have the right partner with tennis,
That doesn't
it
look
sucks,
like a
right?
sex
So
life.
the right partner.
I'm a tennis player, so I can relate.
That looks like no sex life.
Yeah. No, well, the last one was no sex.
Your daydream.
Well, the only one that makes sense.
So look it up. Thanks for looking up. Hey.
That doesn't make sense. All the rest of it.
Every single one makes sense.
So everyone makes sense. So here's this what I say. The important thing is not what's. We have a little moment here. Can you share?
No.
What's the middle one?
The middle one is what's dominant on your mind, your goals.
Dominant.
Yeah, you're dominant. Yeah. Whew. So let me, like I tell people, this is what I tell people. This is all about self-assessment. Getting to know yourself and stuff. And what I tell people, if you don't like the picture, you can change, and that's what this is all about. It's not what you are; it's about changing the picture. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I want to keep moving here because So what I want to do is and I got to get my phone out. You have a timer since you have your phone. Do you have a timer on your phone?
Yep, I sure.
Okay, so we're gonna do 1 minute. So what I want you to do?
Just because, saving paper, he's my roommate. I'll listen to audio. I already have the book.
Well, you want a book?
He likes listening.
So I
That's
understand.
his style.
Yes, I understand. I
That's why,
understand. So
that's why we've got him.
yeah, so.
Thank you.
So,
We'll talk.
yeah, so,
Sure.
so check this out. So what I want you to do is look at the sheet right here, and there's got the numbers on there, right? So we're going to do another little game with these guys like to have fun. So on this sheet there is, there is 88 numbers there, okay? And what I'm going to do is time you. I want you to listen to these instructions because I failed on the last instruction. So this is the instruction. I want you to look at the number 1, and then I want you to circle it. And then I want you to look at number 2 and circle, but I want you to look at me first. I want you to listen to the instructions. I don't want you to circle it, but that's okay. Diane gets 1 minus and Rick gets 1 minus because they're already ahead of the game. But that's okay. So what I want you to do, Jeff's going to time you. We're going to go 1 minute, and you're going to find a number 1 circle, number 2 circle, number 3 circle, and as many as you can, we're going to find another winner. Is that everybody understands that one?
Is there every number in here?
There's one. Yeah, there's a number from 1 to 88. There's no tricks.
Okay, so there's no skipping or.
There's no skip. No, you just the numbers, but you got to go in sequential order.
Got it.
So you got to find the number 1 and circle, the number 2 circle, number 3 circle. Okay, how was that?
Oh, it's
Terrible.
Frustrating.
Terrible.
Terrible, frustrating. Okay, let's go around the room. How many did you get, Brad?
I only got 9.
9. Miss Diane?
10 forever.
10.
15.
15. Garvin?
23.
wow.
Wow.
Good job.
Sarah?
15.
16.
17.
17. Garvin wins. He gets a choice, whatever. Give him. Yay! Okay. So now, I believe in second chances, and I believe in showing you things. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the pattern. And this disc is all about learning patterns. So what I want you to do between the number 9 and 66, there's a dot there. Do you see the dot top there? You just draw a straight line down. And then below 57 and 79, draw a diagonal line across.
Did you say
Wait a
9
second.
and 66?
Dot there, draw a straight line down, and then a dot from here there. So what you want to do is you want to draw 4 quadrants there. 66, straight line down.
Straight line down.
There's a dot there. You see the dot? You don't have your glasses on?
I don't see a dot.
You don't have your glasses on.
Oh, cute.
Wear my glasses for this. I just.
Oh, see, there's a dot right here. That's that. There's a dot right here. So draw a straight line like this.
Number 5.
I know. That's what I said.
I was stuck on 2 for
see
the
it?
longest time, and then I was like, okay,
Brian?
this is getting
And then
dumb.
what's the
Yep.
other dot?
Yep. Huh?
What's the other dot?
Okay. This dot right here.
5 was maybe 15 seconds.
Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this board, so I'm going to get you to used to this. The number 1 is in the D spot, okay? Top left hand. Number 2 is in the I spot, but the number 3 is in the C spot. And number 4 is in the S spot. Then you go number 5, you go to the D. And you zigzag back. Do you see the pattern? Now everybody sees 4 quadrants, right? So now we're going to do the same exercise that you got frustrated with. But now what we're going to do, instead of Diane, thank you.
Picking on me.
Because I just want to practice your name so I don't say the other word, the M word. So no, I want you to look at me because I want you to do this. So what I want you to do now is go over the same numbers. Instead of doing a circle, just do an X. So X1, X2, X3, XO. You get it?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody got it?
What do you mean X1?
So you go to number 1 and just put an X on it.
Oh,
Go over
I
it.
see.
So you go over what you already did, but you got no stop. You haven't said go yet.
Okay.
Said
I thought you said.
Now I'm not gonna go. Everybody gets 2 because John got 2. So we're just gonna let John get a head start.
You
Okay?
can trailblaze through the
Yeah.
ones you already got pretty quick.
Yeah.
though, so-
And then we're going to
Can't give
and then we're gonna keep going after that.
Yeah, you want to go as many as you can. Okay? And we're looking for another winner. Everybody understand the instructions?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready, set, go. So how was that?
46.
Was 42? Wow. Was this a lot better, easier than the first time?
No.
No? Who said no? Let's go around the room. Brad, what'd you get?
21?
So you had 14, you got 7 more.
No, I only had 9.
You had 9, so you get big improvement.
24.
And what'd you have before?
10.
You almost doubled plus. Good.
19.
And what'd you have before?
15.
You did better. How about you, Garvin?
I got 43.
And what'd you have before?
23.
20 more. Good.
23.
23.
42.
42. 1 less than. Wow. What'd you have?
Shoot. I think it's 17 the first time and 34, I think.
It looks like Garvin won again. So whatever. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Okay. Okay, so now what I want to do is, the reason why I did that, because the first time you didn't know the pattern and it was kind of frustrating. Second time I showed you the pattern and things were a little easier. And so the whole objective for this game is to have you recognize patterns. And so this is the disc personality quadrant, and a little history about this. This stuff was figured out in the 1928s by a guy named William Marston. And he invented the Superwoman. Everybody know Superwoman?
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman. Okay, and the systolic blood pressure machine. But he says people have 4 different personalities, and people have a blend. So we're going to talk about the basic personality because you all have a blend most likely. Okay, but I want to just give you basic words so you can understand personalities. And while you do this, what I want you to also do is think about your spouse or your significant other or significant other to be. And the reason why I say that, because in your relationships, you're going to find that most likely a D-type person is connected to an S-type person and a C to an I-type person. And the reason why it's so important for me, because when you're dealing in real estate, when you're dealing in insurance, when you're doing estate planning, this is 90% of the time, this is the way it is. So when you meet somebody, see what happens when we talk in real estate, we say, hey, this is a nice house, this is the room, right? But now you can talk different languages because this person right here is a bottom line person. And they'll use bottom line language. You know, Rob, what's the bottom line? How much does it cost? When can I get in? This person is a supportive person, plus or minus. Yes, I mean, like it not. Okay? So what happens is, when you meet somebody from now on, once you figure out what their personality type is, if they're outgoing, their significant other is most likely is reserved, and vice versa. Make sense? So I'm going to ask you, John, you're there, your wife, what is she? Is she reserved? I know she's a principal and stuff like that, but where does she fit in if you were to kind of put where she's at? Any idea?
Me?
John? Is it John?
John, I'm John.
Yeah, that's John. I'm looking at
what
you.
you're looking at.
Yeah, I'm just looking at you. Your wife, your principal school teacher?
I don't know. She's both outgoing and reserved. She meets people, but she doesn't really like doing a lot of events with people. So I don't know what to put her as.
Yeah, but that's okay. This is, and let me say something. This is the skill set that you have to learn to develop because there is a distinct difference, but you haven't realized it yet. And once the light bulb goes on, you'll see it. You're going to say something, Brad?
I was going to say that introverted people lose energy when having to deal with people on a daily basis. So I would describe her more introverted because she gets wore down by that. But extroverted people get energy by being around other people. So get a bunch of extroverted people together and just like energy goes, go to a club. Right? This is how they bring extroverted people together. Right?
Okay. So it's good to know. See, the big thing is you got to figure out where you are. And what I want to tell you, just if you don't know, the simple thing that we do is go online and do an assessment. Okay, because this is really confusing. But once you do the assessment, then you have a good idea where you are. Okay, so on our assessment, we ask 24 questions, most likely, least likely. And this whole thing that we have to do, it has to do with the things you like and the things you don't like. Okay, so but let's move along here. They have to turn this on here. Okay, my name is Fred Wickling. I already told you about the Lookup book and the author of the Power of the Platform. Okay, so DISC, what is DISC? We do actual assessments. And my history is, and I have, you know what, I gave the wrong here. I have some cards here. Some say exit and some say toilet. But I used to work for this company called Exit Realty, and that's where I learned this. Okay, and I was so impressed because at the time I'd been married to my wife 25 years, and I was 55 years old. And when I did the DISC report, I'm going, wow, I've been with this lady for 25 years. Now I understand her. And my thing is, wow, had I had this before I married her while I was dating, wow, it'd be a whole different world. You understand? Look at people so different. And when we did this assessment, my wife is a teacher too by profession in school, taught GED. I've got 2 bright kids. When we did the assessment, she as a mother said, oh man, had I known that, I would have schooled my kids different. So for me, this became very powerful. It's like now I'm usually able to meet somebody, ask them a couple questions, listen to their language. Okay, if you listen to languages now, Brad, we have you here in the C corner right here, right?
Right.
So C-type people use C words. Okay, let me tell you some of the words that they use. They go cautious, careful, considerate. D people use D words. Darn it, damn it, do it now. I people use I word. They like to inspire. S person use S words. They're supportive, stable. They say the word sorry. You ever met a client when they say I'm sorry, sorry? Good chance they're an S-type personality. Interesting. So watch this. I'm going to unfold a whole bunch of things to you, but DISC is a communication tool that you use to communicate. It's a language identification. You got to listen to people's language. And then also needs and motivation. What motivates people? You know, if you know what motivates people and you use language, like if you're a C-type person, what motivates you? If I does quality, excellence, and value motivate you?
Okay.
Okay? See that? See how I use those words? Those are 3 power words that he associates with. If I sell him real estate, I say this is a value proposition. This is an added value proposition. This is a quality proposition. And I'm hitting all his high notes. Okay? So that's what this is all about. Okay? So we're going to talk a lot. It's establishing rapport. Okay? When I meet somebody, if you don't know, just ask them. Like you meet somebody, hey, you know, I just met you. Are you outgoing or reserved? If you don't know, a good chance if a person doesn't know, they're an S. S-type people that go both ways, they don't know. Okay? But you got to ask the questions. You know, and then you ask them, are you task-oriented? If they don't know, say, hey, take the DISC assessment. But the other way I do is, well, tell me about your spouse. What's your spouse like? Okay? So once you understand that, if the person doesn't know, if they describe their spouse as a good idea, then you diagonally oppose. Not all the time, but 90% of the time. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So we tell DISC is for anybody that's 4 years old to 104. And the reason why I picked 4 is because a mother that has a child can go online and ask the child, which personalities do you identify with? Okay? Then they click it and they get a 50-page assessment on that child, how they communicate. The reason why I say 104, because after 104, you don't really care about anything. But the point is, we do assessment for anybody, any age. It's not too late for you to do that. So these are the different assessments we have. We do it for teenagers, we do it for adults, we do it in Spanish, we even do it in French and Spanish. Okay? How I found out about DISC, I was buying a real estate franchise and they taught this, and I'm going, man, I'm an instructor for Think and Go Rich. Anybody read the book Think and Go Rich? I'm a certified instructor for Think and Go Rich. I study hypnosis, NLP, and I'm trying to understand myself. And when I saw DISC, it's like, wow, it kind of explained everything for me. Okay? And I learned, like I said, more about my wife and more about myself. I didn't know that I was a high D. I'm a high I. I'm a high S. Okay? And now I know why I got in trouble in school all the time. Why I do the things I do. It makes sense to me. And this will all make sense to you like the numbers that we did. Okay? This is scientifically proven. It's 24 questions, most likely, least likely. And then you get a 95% degree accuracy on how you communicate. And for the young kids, it tells you, when you get this report, you give it to the teacher. And it tells the teacher how to best communicate with this child. Okay? So it teaches you how to deal with different clients. Get all the words for you. Why is this a necessary tool? Number one, to understand yourself better. Success working relationship with other people. Improving team building and unlocking leadership potential. So I want to talk about 2 stories. And the 2 stories I want to tell you, there's one lumberjack and there's a D lumberjack. And D people, they like to challenge. So anybody has any kids here that are very difficult? Does anybody have any children here or know people that, you know, always have problems in school with, do you relate to anybody? Do you have any kids? Okay. Well, they're D people, and D-type people, they love a challenge. So you have one lumberjack, a young lumberjack who was buffed and muscular, and he went to the old lumberjack that had the reputation of being the best lumberjack in the world. He said, "Old man, I bet you I can knock a tree down faster than you can." And what did the old man say? Bet you can. So that was on, the wager was on. So what they did, they started chopping, and every time the 10 minutes went by, the old man took a break. And the young man still kept chopping, and about a half an hour later, the old man yelled, "Timber," and the young man's tree didn't fall down. He was still knocking. 10 minutes later, the young man knocked his tree down. So the young man went to the old man and said, "Old man, you're older, I'm better looking, I'm stronger, you took more breaks, how did you beat me?" Okay, does anybody know what the old man told the young man?
Sharpen your axe.
You got it. Mm-hmm. The old man said, "Every time I took a break, I sharpened my axe." And that's what we're doing here today. We're sharpening your axes. Okay? So the next story has to do with personalities. You have a friendly frog sitting inside of the pond, and then you have Mr. Scorpion. And Mr. Scorpion's looking and said, "I want to get to the other side of the pond," but he can't swim. So guess what he did? He went to Mr. Friendly Frog and said, "Hey, Mr. Friendly Frog, can you give me a ride?" And what did Mr. Friendly Frog say?
But you're a scorpion.
Right.
Well, at first he said yes, and then he got to think about it.
Wait. But he says, "You're a scorpion," and then the scorpion says, "Well, and you'll sting me, right?" But then he says, like, "Well, if I sting you, then we'll both die."
Right.
So why would I do that? So he convinces him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sold him. And
Well,
then...
yeah, I know.
Go ahead, you're doing
Oh
good.
yeah, well, and then they get about halfway through the thing, and then he stings him, and he goes like, "Why did you sting me? Now we're both dead." He's like, "Because I'm a scorpion."
Because
Right.
it's in my nature.
Right, it's my nature. And so this is what this whole seminar is about, is your nature. So he knows the story.
Yes.
He's going to get him a job. Okay? He knows, this is all about people's, known people's nature and stuff. And I'm looking, Jeff, in a few minutes, my wife's gonna be here, if you can take my mom downstairs.
Sure, yeah.
Not right now, right now, she'll text me, so. But anyway, so it has to do with your nature, and so one of the things that we try to teach you is understanding your nature. What is your nature? What's the people that you meet with? What is their nature like, okay?
Stop dating the same people.
Pardon? What'd you say?
Stop dating the same wrong people, personalities.
Yeah, but it's good to understand. It's like, and Kirk and I were talking about business, and it's kind of funny. This is kind of interesting how we learn. We're talking about business, and Kirk was telling me about a business person that people told him not to do business with. And
maybe it was Rich.
Yes, Rich. Rich. Yeah. And Rich was telling me that this person, everybody told him not to deal with him. And so what happened is, Rich got bitten by the scorpion. And he learned. But from now on, if you understand personalities, I told him, if you understand people's personalities, certain personality types you don't want to do business with. Okay? And that's what this is all about, recognizing. Sometimes we have to learn our lesson more and more. Okay? So what I want everybody to do is kind of fold your arms. Fold your arms. Fold your arms, yeah.
Defensive.
No, fold any way you want to.
Oh.
Is that how you fold your arms?
Well, that's how you had it in the picture.
Well, don't pay attention to that guy. Just fold your arms. Just fold
This
your
way.
arms.
So I do.
Well, no. Okay, we're going to do that next. Fold your arms. Fold your arms. Okay, that's how you fold your arms? Okay? So everybody fold your arms? Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to reverse that. Reverse that.
Okay.
It's weird.
Feels weird? So this is what I want you to do. If you learn one lesson, okay, from now on, every time you fold your arms, right, I want you to think about me. What happens when you communicate from your comfort position. Now what the other person hears on the other side of the table is that awkwardness. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. See, when you say something, I want you to buy this house, it's a great investment, right? They're going to say, how is this a great investment? See that? Now do the hands, do the hands. Do this, okay? Okay. Feel comfortable? Now reverse that. Just do it. Does it feel weird?
Yeah.
That's my wife talking to you. When she says something to me, it's like, I hear something really weird. She wants to fight me. D-type people, when we process things, a D-type person, when you tell me to do something, it's like, can you get off the sidewalk? I hear, he wants to fight me. That's what D-type people hear. So what I want you to do is learn how people process. So next time you fold your hands, next time you fold your arms, just be cognizant of that. Okay? So good. That was fun. I enjoy this part. This is the best part of it.
How about
It's
this?
a kinesthetic thing for those. So anyway, Hippocrates. Does anybody know who Hippocrates was?
Ancient Greek physician.
He was a Greek physician, but everybody that takes becomes in the medical professions take the Hippocratic oath, right? Okay, but he was famous for incorporating the humors. And what he said in the old days, as a physician, there's 4 different type of people. He said they're phlegmatic, melancholy, choleric, and sanguine. Okay, that's what they use instead of using DISC, and that's too much for me to remember. And that's why I like DISC, because DISC stands for the abbreviation for discovery, D-I-S-C. If you can remember discovery, fold your arms, fold your hands, and you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, instead of saying sanguine, choleric, melancholy. Yes, ma'am.
Phlegmatic.
You still stuck on that?
Yes, but if I can't switch it, does that mean, is that my left-right dominance or weirdness or whatever? I mean, I can't do it.
You can't do it?
How do you change it from one side to
Just
the
go
other?
with it.
Can you show her?
Break the shit show.
Take them out. Put the right hand below the first one.
Just shift up and down.
Right finger on top. Left finger on top.
There you go.
Left hand, forefinger on top.
She's got it.
You got it?
I can't do
So you
it.
definitely do it the same
That's
way every
weird.
time, huh?
Yeah. Oh, everybody does. I mean, we have.
Golf grip.
Yeah, this is our natural posture, but you just need to know the other person here is totally different. And it's a graphic way of explaining. So in 1928, William Molden came around, and he said the emotions of people. We talked about the emotions of people. He says they're either dominant people, they're either D people, they're either I people that like to influence people, the salespeople. There's either people that are submissive, or there's people that are in compliance. So C is the compliance, D is the dominance, I is the influence, and then the submissive. And if you go through life and you start recognizing, like the animals and the birds and the ducks and stuff like that, there is a difference between personalities. And that's why you guys are sitting in different chairs. Okay? 1928, he was a psychologist and inventor. He was credited for the systolic blood pressure machine and the polygraph machine. Okay? So discover yourself. So we all have a blend, but either you're D, I, S, or C blend. And the D person, we give them the exclamation point because they're emphatic. You know, when you're dealing with the client, it's like, you know, Rob, you know, I want the information now. You know, that's your D-type person, okay? And we give them the green because they're already ready to go. So when you talk to your client, you go, hey, you ready to go? They go, go, yes. Then you know they're ready to go. Hey, let's go look. I'm ready to go, okay? So that's your D. Now the I-type personality is stars, okay? When you recognize, when you go down to the mall, when you go to anybody that has tattoos, okay, and you can have fun with this, when you start seeing people that have tattoos, ask them this question: do you have any star tattoos? Okay? I-type people have star tattoos. Now one of the things, when I see somebody has a star tattoo, I ask them, you know, how many star tattoos do you have? And they usually go, I got 5 or 6, 7 here, 5 here. It's fascinating. When you meet somebody, they're an I-type personality, you ask them, you know, do you have any tattoos? And they go, yeah. Do you have any stars? You go, yes. It's amazing. Now you can also tell when you start seeing women and their earrings. When they have big old loopy earrings, okay, that's an I-type personality. Okay? When you have a woman that has a big purse, that's an I-type personality. And then usually she has a purse within that purse. So usually if you want to just score some points, you're out there dating and it's, you know, when somebody has a big purse, I-type personality. So if you met a client that has a big purse, you know, has all the bling, good chance that her significant other is a C-type cautious person. Okay? I have so much fun with this. Last time I was on the airplane, the stewardess was wearing red fingernails, red everything, just red, just peacock, right? The color, you know? And so I asked her, I said, do you like to have fun? They go, yeah, you know, because these people like to have fun. And so I started asking questions and stuff like that, and I hit all the buttons. That's what you do, you verify, okay? Then I asked them, I said, let me ask you about your significant other. Does he always ask the question, why? They go, yeah. You know, how do you know? And it's just deductive reasoning, okay? So, do you always ask the question, why?
Well, yes, but I was just thinking in my head right now the who, what, where, when, why, but the why is never like it's not answerable, so it's always like in a...
Well, let me give you a good example. I'll come home and I'll go, hey, you know, I met Marilyn and Rick, you know, and they're getting a divorce. And she'll say, why? And to me it's like, I don't know, I didn't ask, and I don't care. We don't care. But you'd ask. So what I learned from this is D-type people always ask the question, what? Like, you know, what's up? What you gonna do? Okay? Now the I-type people always ask the question, who? Who's that? Who's that you with? Okay? And the S-type people always ask, how? You know, how you want me to jump? And the C asks why. Okay? So what we do with the, so we talked about the stars and we give them the color red, and now we talk about the S's. The S-type people, they go plus and minus. Those are the type of people that you sit down and you go, let's do some estate planning. Okay, we'll come over. Okay, how do you like my presentation? Oh yeah, I got to talk to my sister, my brother. You know, they can't make a decision. They're plus and minus. They go plus and minus on you. Okay. Showing houses. You show them a house. This is the house. You feel good. You go home. You talk to your family. I'll go home and I'll do the paperwork and we'll meet. And they don't show back at your office. Good chance they're an S-type personality.
What's S stand for?
S stands for support, supportive. Yeah, the S. The D stands for
submission.
Submission. Yeah. We'll go over that again. Submissive person. These are the type of person as a D-type person. They're the caretakers. They'll do anything for you. You ask them, you know, can I borrow $10 from you? And they go, yeah, here's 10. And then next time you're out of money again, and you go, hey, you know, I forgot my lunch. Can I borrow 20? They go, well, you owe me. Yeah, but I don't. Oh, they feel bad. Here's 20.
Which is this one?
The supportive person. This is why you smile and your light bulb goes on. Is that you? No. You can relate to that?
I know someone that I thought was a dominant that is like that.
Okay.
I think they do it so that people, because they like being the big man.
Okay.
Stuff. I don't know.
Okay. Well, the thing is, once you start doing this, and what I want you to do is, while I'm talking, I want you to populate. I want you to think about, number one, your significant other, and then I want you to think about, your children, and then the people that you're in common with, and kind of see, where they fit in, and does that fit in with you? So the plus and minus, we gave the yellow. The reason we give the C's the color yellow because they proceed with caution in life. Everything they do is caution. Okay. So we're going to review all this. We're going to go through this. Okay. The thing is, know thyself. You got to know that everybody has a predictable communication style. When people say they don't have, you'll find one. Okay. Today you'll discover your dominant style. You will understand why you're attracted to some people and why you're not attracted to other people. And you'll quickly discover the communication style of your parents, your brothers, sisters, and your friends. Okay. So again, if you're in the right situation, do that check. I always do that check. Your significant other. Okay. That kind of. So the question is, and in DISC is, what do you lead with? Okay. You use. My son is a martial artist, and I know a little bit about martial arts. But in martial arts, what do you lead with? You can either lead with your left hand, you can lead with your right hand, you can lead with your right leg, you can lead with your left leg. You have one of each. So what do you lead with? And that's what DISC is about. What does a person lead with? Because you use all those personalities. Well, what are you leading with? Okay? Okay. So we all sit in different seats depending on the situation. DISC is not a system to label people. It's quickly to identify people's personality quadrant and what they lead with. We all have a blend of traits, and that's why I suggest that you take an assessment, because when I did this, I thought I was an I. And then I'm a D. Now I'm an S. When I took the assessment, I'm a high D, I'm a high I, I'm a high S. And then, guess what my wife is? Anybody have any idea what my wife is?
C.
You got it. And so when I learned this, it was like a universal conspiracy. I dated all these women. Why do I have to have the one that's cautious, careful? You didn't cross your eye, you didn't dot your teeth. I mean, it was like a punishment, but now I understand. No, I mean, seriously. You think, but when you're in a relationship, let me tell you, I'm still married, but a lot of you get married and you didn't realize about your spouse. Just think if you, before you get married, if you had the skill set and you get to pick who you want, pretty powerful. We have less divorces if you understood this stuff. Okay?
Well, not if you had two dominants.
Oh, don't marry the dominant.
Don't marry the dominant.
Go with the S.
So you want the opposite. You're saying you're...
Yeah, you want the opposite. Well, you don't want the opposite. Let me tell you. Opposites attract and then they attack. And I'm in the attack mode right now. So, but you do. Your relationship. Opposites attract and then they attack. It's just good to know. So I'm going to talk to you financial planners and people looking for work and stuff like that. One of the things I tell people is that if you want to marry somebody, run a credit report on the other person. Run a credit report on your person. And then run a DISC personality. Does that make sense? You do it when you want to buy a house, when you sell, but seriously. Run a credit report and do a DISC personality. 2 reports. In real estate we have all kinds of other reports. Termite report and property inspection and stuff. You want to check it out. You're going to spend your biggest investment in your life. Why wouldn't you want to do this in relationships? Okay?
Because it's all about love now.
Yeah.
It's all about love. It's not about credit reports.
Well,
What about criminal?
Hey, let me check.
Still tell you a lot of good information.
Yeah, hey. Hey. Check them out.
Self-protection.
but California is more wild, let's say, than Ohio.
Background
okay?
checks.
But I get it.
50% of people get divorced.
More than that.
Yeah, more than that. So you have no. So let's talk about the outgoing people. They're fast-paced, they're optimistic, they're energetic, they're involved, they're positive, and they're enthusiastic. Okay. So the reserved people, they're slower paced, they're cautious, they're concerned, they're reluctant, they're critical and discerning.
Which one is that? IS?
That's the reserved people. Is it, you relate to that?
No, just, is it SI?
No, just the outgoing
half,
people.
it's
Just
the-
the top half.
The outgoing.
The outgoing are fast-paced. The people in the front seat of the
That
car.
would have been nice.
And what was the one you just showed?
That is the reserved people.
So that's the bottom, yeah.
Yeah, bottom half, right. Okay, slower pace. So when you deal with clients, if they just talk slower, good chance that they're in the lower quadrants. You know, a C-type people would ask real specific questions. Why is that? Can you explain? They're a detailed person. Okay, we're gonna get you answers to all this stuff. You don't have to write this stuff down. We're gonna go through this. Okay. So,
Sorry, do you have those for the left and right as well? Like those kinds of.
yes,
what are those
yes,
kinds of-
yes, yes,
okay.
yes. Yeah, we're gonna go through that. Yeah. And see Jeff, like he's got these PowerPoints. We got this on PowerPoints, right, Jeff?
Oh, we do.
And one thing I like about duplication, because I can't remember this stuff, so he has all that stuff for you. So we'll get yeah. So 2 questions to ask. Okay, so these are the man. You step ahead. So that's all right. You want? Anyway, task people, they like forms. They like functions. They like programs. They like plans, projects, and processes. Okay. So when you start talking to people, these things come out. Okay. Let's look at the other side of there. People, they're high touch, relationship, caring, sharing, emotions, feelings, and friendships.
And I called it.
Huh?
I called mine.
Okay. Good.
Yeah,
So-
is that I?
No, this is the right side of the car, the passenger side of the car, not the driver's side. No, the front and the back. The front and the back.
So it's a I and S.
INS. Good, yeah. Okay. So now that you have a better idea of outgoing reserve, do you feel that you're in the right group?
Yep.
You don't. You still don't have no feelings?
In other words, I and S would be on this side.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you feel you're in the right group?
I'm all over the place.
Okay, well that's why we have to take the assessment. That's okay. But it's, yeah. But you have to, like I said, if I was to do martial arts with you, you know, and I know you're a fighter.
I lead with the dominant.
So you're a fighter. What do you lead with? Your left hand, right hand, or kick? Or bite? What do you lead with?
Am I right?
You're right? Okay, so you know where you are. Okay, good. Okay. How about this? Does anybody know what this animal is? Leopard?
Jaguar.
Tiger.
Cheetah? What is it?
Leopard?
Might be.
How about this one? You guys know that one?
Elephant.
Oh, okay.
Right now.
Could be. Could
Yeah.
be.
How about this one?
Not sure.
What's the one with the tall neck and right?
Yeah, that's probably giraffe.
Giraffe. That's a giraffe. And how about this one?
Zebra, I suppose.
So now the reason why I show that's like, you know what they say about that saying about leopards? What's that saying about leopards? Yeah, leopards don't change their dots or stripes.
Or spots.
Yeah, spots. Yeah. Yeah, zebras don't change their stripes. Now, do cows drink milk?
Baby ones?
Cows do.
No.
Full growns now they eat grass.
You seen the commercial?
You eat more chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I want you to get your form here. I want you to start taking notes here on the D's. Let me tell you what D's are. How you recognize a D-type person. The first thing, a D-type person is dominant. So I want you to write the word dominant.
On the back.
No, not on the back. Yeah, on the back. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, here you go. Let me see.
Oh.
Fill in the blanks there. There you go. And by the way, this sheet, you should put your name on it. And this sheet, if you want to be successful in your business, carry this little cheat sheet with you. And when you meet your clients, this is a very powerful sheet. Okay. So the next one is D-type persons are direct. They're demanding. They're decisive. They're determined, and they're doers. Now, the last one I put is a minus, and that's a negative. And basically, this whole course is about positive personalities, but we can talk about the negative too on the D's. But we're just going to keep it positive right now. Okay? So, excuse me, the percentage of the population, there's only 10% of the population that are D-type people. And God knew when He made people is that you don't want too many D-type people. You can't have too many chiefs. You got to have a lot of Indians.
Well, maybe they killed each other off if otherwise.
They would. They would.
Maybe that's why there's only 10%.
No, they would. And that's why you keep them separated. So, but now people know who George Patton is, Judge Judy, Dr. Laura, Bobby Knight.
Right.
They're all D-type people. Okay, so once you see that type, that's a D-type person. Now here's where the key is, and this is what I want you to write down. I don't think it's on your slide, but you want to write this down is this person here, their basic needs, and if Diana's a two-person, she needs a challenge, she needs choices, and she needs control. Okay? And so let me give you an example that I use is, I was talking to this lady, and it was at a convention, and she's a homeschool mother, and what happens is she says she has a son that's defiant. So boom, D, defiant, right? She says, I can't handle my son. And so remember I talked about the scorpion and the frog and the woodman learning how to say the right words, okay? Well, this mother, I told her, I said, well, I want you to go home, and instead of telling your son, I want you to do your homework, okay, because that's telling a D-type person is, you know, it's a challenge. So what she did, she went home and she gave him choices. She says, you know what, you can do homework on arithmetic or you can do history, pick your subject. And then he picked a subject. And she got more results that way than saying, do your homework. Does that make sense? Yes. So when you're an attorney and you're dealing with a D client, you know, you can get the short version of the estate planning or the long version of the estate planning. Which would you prefer? Okay, you got to give them choices. If you say this is the only one, I don't want that one, I don't like it. Give them a choice. And you can tell them, I bet you can't execute this document by Monday, I bet you I can. Boom, sign on dotted line. Okay? And you can have control over the document, use those words. Make sense? Same thing with your real estate planning. Okay? So much for the D. Did I hit a button? Is that you? Is that not you? You're still confused. That's okay.
I'll answer.
Yes, it's me.
Yes, speak up for her.
Yes, that would be my...
The base.
It's a good one. You know, it's really funny because I go to lunch, and it's this Vietnamese vegan place, and what I like about it, the food's already made, and I go this, that, and the other. Instead of waiting for the menu for somebody cooking, because I like it's fast in and out. And I said to myself today, you know what? If more restaurants did that, you know, they probably have more business. I mean, who wants to sit there and wait for somebody to cook the whole meal? You know, it's like boom, it's there. Or you want to wait for some? Okay.
Yeah, well, wouldn't that be like the S would want to wait for?
Yeah, S. Oh, they'll support you. They'll stay. They'll wait for your meal. They're there. Okay. But let's talk about these. I's like to inspire. Okay, they're your cheerleaders. You hear your cheerleaders. They like to influence. They like the scorpion. You know, I got some I can sell you here. Snake oil. They like to impress. You know, that's why the way they dress, the hats, the bling. They're interactive. As your teacher, those are the kids that can't sit still. Talk, talk, talk. So if you have a client that's interactive, and for your real estate people, for your insurance people, for your financial planners, these are the people that you want to get to know because they know everybody. Yeah. Okay, so 25 to 35% of the population, Jay Leno, Robin Williams, Oprah Winfrey, and Bill Cosby. I'm going to scratch this out. Can you remove that from my PowerPoint?
Sure, I can do that.
This is a personal joke. Their basic needs, Bill Cosby's basic needs is recognition and approval. So when you have an I-type personality and you're selling them a home, this is a beautiful home you have, this is a beautiful car you have, this is a beautiful scarf you have. You know, they like that. Okay? Give them recognition. What I tell, if you got a client that's an I-type personality, you know how you can blow their mind? You can say to them, you know, I'm going to give you a red star. And if you really want to blow their mind, you give them a gold star. Even if it's imaginary, they love you forever. Is it dominant? Yeah. But we all, and this is the interesting thing. A lot of times we learn things in our jobs and environment. You're not that way, but your job asks you to do that. You know, now you have to drive fast and, you know, you slow lane, but your job makes you be that way.
I'm going to add something to the end of this when you're done.
Okay.
Everybody can relate.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Would you say that this is intrinsic to the person at even a child and they kind of go on with that? Or you kind of try your head on each of these and then kind of fall into... In other words, you change as you age or get... Would you say?
You know, from my... I mean, this is one of these proverbial questions, what came first, the egg? You know, my personal thing, I think that people are born a certain way and they continue to grow a certain way. But I think in life, things will change. And I'm going to show you an example, okay? I could be the biggest D person in the world, you know, stomping on people, bashing and stuff like that, and I'm 6'2", right? And so now I'm playing in the NFL, and all these guys are 6'9" and 7 foot. Now I become a little subservient. Okay, guys, I'm not. So your environment has a lot to do with it. Yeah, your environment has a lot to do with it. Yes.
As an educator of kindergarten through 8th grade, pretty much kids come in with their personality.
Right.
Bingo.
They do.
Right. No,
They
I'm
do.
not disputing
I mean,
that.
I'm not saying
Kids
you
have
can't
personality. They have
change.
personality from like
But-
when they're born.
But
I'm saying do
you
they
know
change?
the dominant child in your classroom.
Right.
You know the submissive one. You know the bully. You know them because they just. It's not about how old they are. They
You got a
just.
personality.
It just comes out clear. Now they could change in life because of life experiences, but pretty much, the little bad boys I always knew. The little bully I always knew that was his personality. I had to work around that. A good teacher does. I had to figure out how to push the buttons, the right things to say to get him to do what you wanted to do.
I believe people evolve,
That's what I'm saying.
and then redefine themselves as they progress through life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, what I say is not what you are, is what you're not. See, because I'm working on being a C-type person, being cautious. It's a struggle, and careful and stuff like that. But it's not what you are, because you already know what you are. You've been with yourself all your life. It's what you're not really makes a difference. That's where and we call it your blind spots. What you're not is what your blind spots is. You had a question?
He has a question too.
Okay, sir.
So basically, like CEO types, the C-level executives tend to be more like these. Prisoners would be, I don't know.
Dominant, but they got cut. I would say they're dominant.
Yeah, you can have an S-type person that's a CEO of a company, but it's a good chance people are going to run all over him. With dispersonalities, the guy that was Dr. Rome, who taught me this, he's an I-type personality, but his office manager was a S-type personality, ran the business for a long time. But he knew and recognized it, Generally speaking, like chiefs, I mean, you get a tribe, can you get a subservient person to be the chief? And he's not going to last, people are going to run over him. Everybody's going to run over him. So it's a matter of, Darwin theory, survival of the fittest type thing, And I was telling people, in the animal kingdom, some animals, they get to mate and they have the fight. The D people have the fight, and then whoever wins, they get the whole herd. Okay, I mean, look at the Discovery Channel. That's the D-type personality. Okay, let's. Oops.
One other question. I've heard that there's been research where, especially in corporations, where they've done some research where some people would, let's say they do a good job. Some people, they would rather get recognition, awards in front of everybody, and other people, I'd rather just get a paycheck or get a bonus.
Yeah, it's a D-type person. D-type person is. A sad thing to say, I graduated from grammar school, graduated from high school, graduated from college. I never went to my graduation ceremonies. It wasn't important for me. What other people is, they want to walk the stage. I already got my diploma. I got it in December. Why am I going to walk in June? It's not important for me. Give me the money. I'll take the money. Yeah, but other people want the recognition. So,
where do you think those fall?
Pardon?
Where do those fall on? Because I think the same way as you, but I'm the opposite. I'm an S. I'm just trying to,
Okay, I don't understand the question.
We all have each of them, but there's a dominant one that
But I strongly felt the same way. Like, I don't want to walk. It's stupid,
Yeah.
Give me paperwork. I'm done.
You may have some D in you. And that's kind of when you do the assessment.
That's the cynic in me, though, which is in the S. Right?
Yeah. So well, let me ask you this: how many people in this room got in trouble in school all the time? So let me ask the question again: did you, Diane? You said that like in your class, you said you all can tell the bullies, right? Or the people that get in trouble. Okay. So now, did anybody here get in trouble in school?
A little bit.
Okay. So let me tell you about my life in school. Day 1, I was in the principal's office. Day 2, I was in the principal's office. First grade, second grade, third grade. And then when I learned this, let me tell you how powerful this is. See, what the teachers understand after a while is, and I say this, I was a C student, okay? But in life, when you start working, the A students end up working for the C students. Because while you guys were listening to what the teacher said, we were learning our social skills. Okay? So, D-type people, we always got in trouble. So I always ask a person, when in a D, like she's a D, did you ever get in trouble? Did you?
Yeah.
All the time?
No.
Where do you think she got her principal experience from?
Yeah, no, they do.
I can do your job.
I'll just say this. I gave my father a few gray hairs.
Okay. Okay, well, no good. I like gray hair. So, okay. So anyway, Sergeant Friday, Mrs. Spock, Jessica Fletcher, and you know what? We finished eyes. So what I want to do is C's. So with the C's, top, they're cautious, calculating, and what I like about the disc, you see where all the letters, you know, and that's why, because I'm ADD, I'm a dyslexic, and I can't spell phonics. That's why I like D, because it's D-I-S-C. I can remember the abbreviation for discovery, or also the abbreviation for discipline. That's why I like this. Cold. Now, all these are true. Again, remember I said these earlier to you, you're basing these quality answers and value?
Yeah.
Okay? So once you know that, again, when you're selling, this is really powerful stuff. So anybody need more time on that one?
No.
Okay. Okay, we have, you can go online. Jeff's putting my website back up. Cesar, I appreciate that. Website being...
Same thing happened to us.
Yeah, same thing happened to us. So we're rebuilding our website. But you can buy these on our website to charge. And...
So you skipped, you skipped S? All right.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
Sensitive.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
I'm sorry. My bad. Yeah, S-type person. They're stable, steady, supportive, status quo, shy, sucker. And I won't say shy for sucker. Now, were you ever shy?
Yeah.
Rob? Okay, you're Rob. Okay, so that fits you. Now, a sucker, when I say a sucker is, you know, Rob really cares more about other people than he does himself. So the example I always use is somebody goes to Rob and say, hey, Rob, you know, can I borrow your car? And you go, yeah, okay, you know, if you need it more than I do, you know, I bang it up. And next time, hey, you know, can I borrow your motorcycle? Well, you banged up my car, but I really need, can I borrow it? You don't need, yeah, okay, go ahead, you know, because he cares more about you than you care about you. And that's why we call him S.
So is that kind of like people pleasers, huh?
Yeah, you're a people pleaser, supportive, you take care of people, kumbaya. You know, do you have enough to eat? Are you hungry? You like to make sure people are taken care of. So now I'm going to ask you this. Are you in a relationship with somebody?
Just starting one.
Starting one, okay. Now, do you think that person that you're in a relationship is more outgoing than you are?
Yeah.
Okay. Does she have some of that things I talked about, the bling, the fun? Does she always like to have fun?
She's not bling at all, but she's like big time butterfly.
Okay, fun, like to have fun,
Oh, yeah.
outgoing?
Big time.
Okay.
But he would
okay.
be a dominant one if it was opposite.
Well, no, see, he's opposite. He's reserved. See, he's reserved. He's diagonally opposed.
Yeah.
If this is you, then she's probably more likely here. So if she doesn't have any bling, is she a driver?
What do you mean?
Your significant other, girl that you're starting to date? No, driving mean is she goal oriented? Does she know what she wants? She's goal driven, task.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, she's got her own house, and good job, and all that. Yeah.
So do you think, if you look at these personalities, you think she's more this than that?
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say she's more defined. I think we're both a blend.
But you got to figure out what her lead is. What do you think she leads with?
I think she's like this, and I'm like this.
Okay, so you think okay, so you think she's a CD?
She's a CDI, and I'm a CSI.
Okay. No, it's.
Hey, don't dump her now.
Yeah.
You know?
No. It's amazing because we all have a first and a secondary and third, right? But opposite attract, and if you start looking at this chart and you look at your relationship, now it's funny. Now when you start looking at your clients, you know, what is my client? And you can ask. It's nothing wrong. You know, my business is a mortgage business. We pre-qualify people all the time. So you know, how much money you have in your account? You as an attorney do that too. How much assets do you have? So the question you ask, do you think you're outgoing or you reserve? I mean, it's a weird question to ask, but I'm trying to understand your business, but I'm not trying to understand you, how you make your decisions. So you ask them. You know, you multitask, and if you don't know, you just listen to them. And after a while, I mean, that's my honing pigeon is, I just hone on people and what their personality is, and I kind of have it right most of the time. Okay, so we did the C's, we did the S. Okay, we did that chart. A good way to recognize a person is by knowing the things they like. So let's go through that chart real quick here. So D-type people here, let's fill in the blanks there. Okay, D-type people like to win. I like to win. So you can ask somebody, like you ask your significant other, hey, do you like to win? Is she very competitive? Is she highly competitive?
I don't know that well.
Okay. Diane, are you highly competitive?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Okay. You like to win? You like to plan for the future? You like new ideas? You like results? You like to be your own boss? Yeah, see, as a principal, see, that just shows you, like, you know, like, hey, I'm going to run this show. Just, yeah. You like things to move fast? You like the challenge?
Yeah.
Okay, so good. Everybody got that?
Yeah, spot on.
Okay. Eyes, like to be liked. That's important. All you guys in the side of the room, I really like you guys.
Right there.
I like to express my ideas and feelings.
You like my women.
So, I was going to ask you, Rich, are you a huggy, feely type person?
No.
You're not. See, that's why I said, like, when you're over there, I think you're more, you operate from a C mode, but you learned in your business to be an I mode.
When you said that earlier, I started out as probably a C, but corporate America said this is how you need to be if you want to be successful.
Right.
So I became an I person.
But you know, when I met you the first time, your nature, you still give me the reserved, and because the way you dress, C-type people, they dress impeccably. I mean, I don't even know what that thing is on your tie holder. I mean, you C-type people accessorize. I don't even know what that word means. Yeah, you accessorize. Yeah, I know you do. So that's why I think you're more on a reserve. But I think your business environment, your made you be out that way. But your nature, I would say you're more reserved. Okay? And it's all subjective, objective. But that's how I would say.
Yeah.
See,
you're right.
But yeah, quality excellence is more important to you than having fun, right?
Quality is more important to me than quality.
Yeah.
Quantity.
Yeah, and I like quantity. Value, who cares about value? I mean, I'm just messing with you. So that's how you do. You mess with people, and if they get an adverse reaction, you know you're on the right track. Okay? So, this is a big one. This is a big one. People like surprises. Kurt, Rich, do you like surprises?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. Let's ask Brad. Brad, do you like surprises? No. See that? That's why he asked a question. But here's another fun question to ask. Okay? How many flashlights do you have at home?
Well, I just use the iPhone flashlight.
Okay. So you don't
practical.
have practical, yeah,
well,
practical.
So,
okay. So like my wife, she's a C-type personality. Now she has a flashlight in the washroom, in the garage, 2 in the kitchen, 1 in the bathroom. She has flashlights. So if you want to find out a C-type person, let me ask you, did you used to have a lot of flashlights? Well, look at him, see that? See, he's sitting there, but so now why do you have a lot of flashlights?
Be prepared to make sure whoever needs it, it's already there. Every place has a thing and everything has its place.
See that? See, now I'm going to tell you guys, I told you, my personality, he needs to be on the reserve side, and the flashlight gives away, just puts a light on everything.
Yeah.
He likes a flashlight.
I'm sitting.
So he's most likely a CI, you know, like that movie CIS. He's cautious, careful, detailed. Yeah. So no, we're hitting some buttons here. But like I said, when I first met you, that's what my first impression was. But I just have an innate doing that. But the flashlight gave it away. I mean, and then no surprises. I-type people love surprises. They love to be surprised.
We were talking about it last night at dinner, about all our gadgets and things that we like. And how it's
I'm a
important.
gadget person. I like gadgets.
And these things are like important to me. I've been so long in that world that I gotta have them. And everybody that comes through the door gotta be comfortable that they can fit and have what they're looking for. So I don't have to go looking for it.
Yeah, but you're into detail. You're detailed, right?
Right. Yeah.
See, that's the other trait. See, he's sitting in the wrong seat. He technically needs to be. See, I-type people, they're not detailed at all. Reserve people are detailed. Okay, so that's how you look. So, and that's what this is what I call discovery process. This discovery, and that's why I like like about it is simple. So,
One question.
Yes, ma'am.
What percentage of people are C's?
what percentage of people are
20
C's?
to 25. That's
25.
Okay. So S's, they like to be accepted.
What was this?
S was 30, 35.
See? Hey, here's the thing. If you guys want to know anything, ask a C person. They got everything right. Don't ask me because I don't know. That's how it is in life. Seriously, C people.
It's true.
Yeah, ask. Okay. Okay, S people like to be accepted. They like teamwork and cooperation. They like sticking to what works. They like harmony. They like things saying peace. So when you meet somebody too, it's like I said, jewelry. I was in San Francisco and I met this lady. She was the superintendent of schools down there, and she had earrings that had the peace sign on it, and she had a necklace that had a peace sign on it. So you know what I asked her? I said, "Is peace important to you?" And she says, "Isn't peace important to everybody?" No, not necessarily. I mean, some people like to. This is soldier. How many people did he kill? I mean, you know. And he said, you know, I think about the people I saved, not about the people I killed. You know, but peace is not important for everybody.
Action.
Action, yeah. Okay. So, you ready to go to the C's?
Oh,
See
yeah.
what they like? Okay, let's see what the C's like. Oh, C's like to be right. That's my wife. She's always right. She is.
I would say it's better to get things right, not be right.
Right. And as you would say, I'm going to say what Brad says, and you finish this with me, it's better to measure twice.
I don't have an income once.
Oh, see that? Say it again.
Measure twice, cut once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Measure 5.
Yeah. D-type people is like, cut. This ain't working. Damn. Yeah. It's like, eyeball it. Yeah, that's a funny story. I'm going to tell you a story about where I live. You can't park your cars in a driveway at night. You got to park it, you know, in the garage. And so I have a side of the house where I have a gate and I can park my car back there. Well, right now, like I said, my car is totaled. My sister-in-law had the car. So right now, it's really nice. We don't get tickets for the extra car. But I figured out that where my car is parked, if I put some pavers down, then I can move my car up and I can put 2 cars back there. And so I told my wife that. I said, you know what, I figured out we don't have to do anything. We just need to put some more pavers and move the other car. Guess what she asked me? What's the first thing she asked me?
How much?
Why?
No, she said, did you measure it? And guess what I said? No, I eyeballed it. I know how to park a car. Oh, give me a hand! Oh, oh man. Oh man.
It's not linear here.
Oh man, see that? The light bulb went on. I love this in my presentation.
Where's an I?
Where's an
Where's
eye?
the I group? Where's the I group?
You're an eye group.
You're in the
I'm the I group. Where is this?
See,
I'm
just
supposed to be sitting.
Face out going this way.
Well, he recognized.
You're an eye.
Well, I don't think Garvin is an eye, but I don't know Garvin. So, do you think you're still in the right group?
Any group I was sitting in, I'll be in the right group.
Okay. I mean, hey.
Versatility.
That would more likely make me miss,
Which
though,
one?
right? In your mind.
Dominant.
Yeah, it'd be S. It'd be
I would say
chameleon.
I'm leading 80% of every group.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you know.
You're eclectic.
That's only I can say. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people can be ambidextrous. You can use all limbs. I mean, it's
Like we're all of
Yeah.
these, but we are dominant on one.
yeah. What is your dominant? But hey, let me tell you, it's
Too-
Muhammad Ali was dominant. You know, so
Too demanding.
okay. So let's
Soccer.
and the thing is, what I say for Garvin, what I'd like you to do. Well, we have. I mean, if you're okay with this, fine. But we have the assessment. You go online and you answer these questions, and then it tell you what it is. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter what you are, is what you're not, and recognizing the other person, because you live with yourself all your life, so you know what you are. So understanding that this language, how to use it, as you hear and see the next slides, you'll quickly learn how to motivate people by using motivating words in each personality style. Okay?
Yes. Motivating words.
Motivating words, okay? And we saw them earlier. D-type people, you're motivating. That's what their needs are. They need to be challenged. They need choices and they need control. Okay? If you don't give that to them, they just lay there. It's like they need to be challenged. Get off that butt and do something. But their environments, they need freedom. They need authority, and they need variety activity.
By authority, you mean they need to be in authority, or they like to have others have authority over
They
them?
want to be.
They want to be the authority. They want to be the principal. is like, you can't tell me I'm the boss. Yeah, I don't do well with authority. I don't like people telling me what to do.
So dominants can't go through boot camp very well, huh?
No, those are the guys that beat the sergeant. It's like, they're the ones that sit in the hole with the 30, you know, it's like solitary confinement or something.
If they do make it through, then they become the ones that run boot camp.
Oh yeah, they think they can run the boot camp better than the boot camp leader, you know?
So they barely make it through boot camp, but then they become the leader of their group.
Yeah. So you guys get the point? This is easy stuff. You know, breaking it down and putting it canning, this is as nicely canned.
Yeah, what
Okay.
were the last two on this?
Of the
I
things,
like to say that. Sorry.
Sorry?
same,
Same.
Peace.
Peace.
and I like peace. My mom's an S.
Can you go
but
back to
my dad's
to
telling me.
D on the question?
Got that down.
Can you go back to D on the I like new ideas? I missed all of D.
Yeah, we've been there like 5 minutes ago for it. See, D's move fast. I think you're in the wrong group too, but that's okay.
She ran the S instead of the.
Yeah, I think, yeah, see that? See, Kirk's
What
done
an
it.
S?
It's all right, it's all right. So,
At least
so-
you didn't have like it,
Thank you, I'm done.
all the same or something. You know what I mean?
yeah, but that's why I move people around so you can see, because you kind of learn from each other and then, you know, how you communicate. So people, like I said, you're the accurate person. I mean, me knowing, you know, you and stuff like that, if I have a problem, equation, stuff like that, it's like, you know, handle it, because I know you're going to be accurate. You're going to be more accurate than anybody else, okay? If I want, you know, some promotion, and I go with the people that, the I-type person, you know? And that's why when people are hiring for a job, it's good to know, you know, we do this for people that are hiring a job, you know, what are they good for? You know, you guys ever watch Donald Trump and, you know, The Apprentice and stuff? And I watched him one time, and I don't watch him anymore, but when it first show came on, and they had a thing, a special with Liza Minnelli. And so this guy was a team leader, and he was a D-type person, and I recognized him, right? And he was supposed to do all the printing for Liza Minnelli. And when I saw that, I go, you can't give that to a D person. Why can't you give a task to a D person to make sure that the printing is right? Anybody know?
Detail.
Yeah, D persons are not into detail.
They'll fight.
Yeah, they'll fight. They're ready to
What to
fight.
do either, but-
Yeah, so what this guy did, he did the marquees, and he misspelled Liza Minnelli's name. You know? And he was the leader.
Oh, yeah.
And he got knocked off his team. You remember that?
Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah. But see, when I was watching that, I know that's a D. You don't give a D person a C task. And for me, it was real obvious. And then when it came to the spelling, and the reason why, because I can't spell Shinola. You know?
S-H-I-N-O-L-A.
Oops. Okay. Okay. High D. So okay. So where are we?
C.
I.
We're I. Okay.
Yeah.
So I need recognition, approval, and popularity.
We didn't have C. I didn't get all the C.
I know, because we're not there yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I.
Yeah. We're gonna go clockwise. Remember the pattern? Forget
Okay,
the numbers.
okay.
D-I-S-C.
Okay. I'm just messing with you.
I.
I.
See, that kind of solidifies me from not maybe being a complete I.
Yeah. And you know, it's interesting. You know, like I said, I met Kirk.
Rich. Yeah.
Man, I'm old time Rich man. His car says Rich man, so I'm gonna call you Rich. You know what threw me off? Because I said, do you go by Richard or Rich? And I said Kirk, but it's Rick. Yeah, so Rick. So I got Rick. But no, but see that I knew his personality style more so than his name. I mean, because that's what when I first met him, he's conservative. When I shook his hand, he's got a firm handshake, but he's reserved. Okay? And I saw the way he dressed. But you've been his roommate all the time, and I just met him. And that's, you know, so, but anyway. Environmental needs. The I's need prestige, friendship, relationship opportunities, okay, to influence others. Okay? Let's talk about the S's. S's need security. So when you have an S-type person, when you're selling a home in a neighborhood, what's the first thing you tell them? This is a secure neighborhood. This is a secure area. And one of the things with S-type people, you say this word all the time, and once the light bulb goes on when I talk to Rob, I appreciate you being here. We really appreciate you. Okay? See, they like appreciation. That's one of his hot buttons. his whole life, if somebody says, I appreciate you, that's all he wants. Right? Pretty
I
much?
think so, probably.
Yeah, you'd be happy with an appreciation. See? I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but I just kind of think that...
That was a leading question. But anyways.
No, but I mean, I just know a lot of S-type people, and they just want to be appreciated. That's important for them.
A D would rather be respected than appreciated.
A D like Harbaugh, I don't really care what you think, just pay me and I'm going to win. I don't care what you think. I don't care what the media thinks, I just want to win. Yeah, Harbaugh is a big D. Nobody can get along with him in your organization.
All the coaches, any coach.
Well, no, you got some S coaches, very supportive, calm, teacher-like,
Tim's the new one for the Niners. Tim Skilla or whatever his name is.
Taloni,
So no
Sosa?
C's as coaches then.
Pardon?
No C's as
No, you know what? No.
You gotta
Your
leave
teachers and your coaches, a lot of them are C. You know why? Because they can't do the deed, but they know the deed.
Yeah, so they're the coordinator.
Yeah.
Offensive coordinator.
They're the smart. This is where you cross your T.
So our defensive coordinator is not a C. I'm just saying. C.
Yeah. Let me tell you.
Or they can be influencers.
Oh, you know what? Let me tell you this. This is powerful stuff. Now, Dr. Rome, who's on that picture, so and somebody corrected me, and tell me what years. Was it 2003? One of my slides was wrong. Okay, one of my students corrected me. Dr. Rome was teaching this stuff, and the owner for the Arizona Diamondbacks came to him and says, can this stuff work in Major League Sports? And he goes, I never tried it, let's try it. He says, if you get a team and you get all Ds, because they all like to win, I bet you can win the pennant. And that's what the Arizona Diamondbacks did. And it was either 2003 or 2001, you can look it up. Dr. Rome has the ring. Okay? He gave everybody tests. He says, so when you hire a pitcher, all the Ds, hire the highest D pitchers, the highest D catchers. He did that for every team. Now, he says it will work in baseball because everybody has territories. This is my first baseman. Okay? This is my second base. This is my outfield. But he said, you know what? This team won't last because all prima donnas at the end of the season, they all want to kill each other. And they did. But they won. The Arizona Diamondbacks won the championship using this. Okay? Now, I've done a lot of presentations for track teams and football teams, and I'll tell the coach, you know what? Like the school over here, what's the name of the school? The girls' school here, is it Notre Dame? Notre Dame. Okay, track team. My friend Tim was the coach. Took all the girls, right? And I put them in a different section. All his leaders were D-type people. All the 3 or 4 captains were D-type people. And then half the team was I-type people. They just wanted to have fun. They didn't really care about winning. Can you imagine being a coach for girls? I mean, so much different than being for guys. But understanding that made a big difference. And for me, to have a coach to walk in a room and say, you know what, divide the room like this, and a school teacher, you quickly at a glance get to see the whole environment. It's very powerful. And that's what I do, and I have fun with that. Okay? So, Diamondbacks, established patterns. So, everybody get this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, moving right along. C's. What I need. Quality answers, excellence and value. In their environment need clearly defined tasks and explanations, sufficient time and resources to accomplish their task. Brad, are we giving you enough time?
Yeah, we already wrote those other ones down. But names.
I was going to say team participation.
So I'm sales. I don't want you coming to me every week telling me what you need. All you got to do is tell me at the end of the year, at the end of the month, at the end of the week, this is where you're supposed to be, this is what needs to be done. I see it. You can't put any more pressure on me than I'm going to put on myself, because this is something I know I should do, I can do, and I'm going to accomplish and achieve. And I'm just looking at the clearly defined tasks.
So let me tell you what happens in my household. It happens every Tuesday evening. I don't have Tuesday evening. My daughter or my wife will tell me, you know, you got to take out the garbage. Now they have to remind me, and I don't know why they feel, but they're C-type people. They want to make sure that I take out the garbage, and it's like, you don't have to tell me. And if I miss one day, what's the big deal? But they're very C-type people. I mean, there's something about the garbage. Do you get that in your house too? The garbage? Do you take out the garbage? I mean, do you have people? Other people take out the
I'm
garbage?
single, okay? I take out the garbage.
Well, you should have something else to do.
Sometimes he does.
Okay, that's okay. I don't know your situation. I'm just
There earlier enough.
You're there early enough.
But anyway, C's like quality answers,
I've got to
needs, clearly defined tasks and explanations, sufficient time and resource, and teamwork. Okay.
So what's the team participation? Can you extrapolate that more?
Yeah. C-type people like to be on teams. They like to work on teams. They don't like to work by themselves, and so they do. They like teamwork. You know, and the S do too. But they like team participation. It's kind of fun. You know, they rather. Let me tell you my definition of team participation. Okay. Team participation, watching the 49ers play football, going to the basketball team. Okay, D-type people, know for myself, I'd rather play the game than watch the game. I don't want to watch nobody watch these 49ers go play football. I mean, I watch it on TV, but I'm not going to pay $100, $150 to go watch them play when they're making $300,000, $400,000, you know? But C-type people like my wife, Thanksgiving she was at the game, she had so much fun. It's not like watching it on TV. It's like you want that participation. That's my take on it. Make sense? Okay. Guide to effective reading people with vocal tones. Okay. Does anybody have to use the bathroom? I mean, it's kind of late, but just we do bathroom breaks. Okay, we'll keep moving here. Okay. Verbal tones. D-type people, they state more than what they ask. Okay. So when you meet somebody, you know, they'll say, you know, give me some water. Okay. And they talk more than they listen. It's like, what did you say? You know, they just talk more. So when you have a client that talks more, that states more, you know, I want the big house, you know, blunt to the point. And they use the word bottom line. So let me tell you about bottom line. I had this office complex that I sell. I used to sell and flip properties, right? And so I had an office building, and this lady came and she wanted to buy it. And she was a very peaceful lady. When I say peaceful, does anybody know what personality I'm talking about?
Quiet.
Yeah,
S. She's the S. S, people like peace. Okay? She's very peaceful. And so I had these cubicles, and I asked her, do you want these cubicles? If you do, I'll an extra $1,000 for the cubicles. She goes, no, I don't want the cubicles. I go, okay, no problem. So escrow was going to close, and they're going to do a final walkthrough of my building, and guess what? The cubicles are still there. So I told them, I said, well, let me tell you about the cubicles. Okay, the people around the corner, they already bought the cubicles. Here's the check. But they had a mascot dog that got run over on Cottle Road at Eric's Deli. The husband goes, cut the crap, bottom line. Whew, you're talking to, you understand bottom line? Let me tell you what the bottom line is. I'm in real estate, and as long as I own this cubicle can stay here. The minute that you own this, these cubicles are gone. That's the bottom line. Do you understand? He understood. Now his wife goes, guys, it's okay if they stay. And that's when it hit me. Man, husband and wife. He's a D, she's a S. And I learned in real estate. Just listen to the words. Powerful stuff. Bottom line. I remember I used to pre-qualify people. This guy, bottom line, give me the bottom line. What an idiot. Now I understand. He's not an idiot, he's a D. I understand bottom line. Now I understand bottom line. Let me tell you what the bottom line is. Okay? And for you, you can use that same language. Let me tell you what talking to a D. This is the bottom line. And they'll understand. Okay? I-types. Verbal tones. They tell stories and anecdotes. So when somebody says, let me tell you a story. They like to share their personal feelings. They like to express opinions readily. And they live to have fun. Whenever you read and you talk to somebody, and when you sell them real estate to an I-type person, guess what kind of home you want to sell them? The swimming pool, the basketball courts, the fun stuff. Okay? They want to have fun. They want to entertain. They want a home to entertain. So S-types, they ask more than they state. They listen more than they talk. And that's Rich, that's where you come in, Rick. Is, you know, you're more reserved. You're quiet. You know. And peace is very important. That's like I said, peace. You know, peace for the S-type person. C-type people. Fact.
We gotta do S. Good job.
You did it
Yeah.
fast.
I wasn't done yet. That's fast.
Do 1 more minute.
Okay, that's okay.
We can't go that fast. Even if we did.
You can. You all you do is buy the PowerPoint. You have it all. You can go real fast. Okay.
But when
I'm
you
not done.
when you write it, it also
Yeah.
I'm done.
Resonates more when it's in front of you.
Peace. Yeah, peace. So when you start looking at people's jewelry and stuff like that, that peace signs or their shirt, let me tell you, I made a mistake one time. I was over here with Kentucky Fried Chicken over here on Santa Clara Road, and I met this young lady, and I just learning disc, right? And she had pajama pants on that had stars on it. And guess what I thought she was? An eye. So I asked her, you know, I had questions, and I said, well, you know, she didn't respond. And I said, well, why are you wearing all those stars on your pajama pants? She said, my sister gave it to me on my birthday. So what happens is, the sister was an eye, she liked it. So you got to ask these prefacing questions. But a lot of times when you have people word peace signals and stuff like that, they're eye-type people. You know, when people do like this in the old days, I mean, they're S-type people. There's peace. I mean, peace is very important for them. People that go to the Peace Corps, what are they? S-type people. Okay? C-type people, fact and task-oriented, limited sharing, formal and proper. This is where you come in, Rick, the formal and proper. Okay? And you use C words, careful and concerned.
Would you say Silicon Valley is full of C-types, all these engineers and
Oh yeah,
techies?
yeah. Engineers, just for your real estate people and your contract people. When any time your client says, "Let me have my attorney read the fine print," you know, there's a good chance they're a C-type person. They're cautious, careful. You know, you ever get that? It's like, you know, real estate contract, boilerplate sign this. They got to read everything. Yeah, Silicon Valley is fine. And C-type people, let me tell you, this is a fun thing too. Now, the outgoing people say rules are made to be broken, and the reserve people say rules are made to be honored. So when you have people get a whole bunch of rules, you know, the rule says, the deep people say, who cares about the rules? Well, the rule says. So that's why you have that conflict. Okay? Most of the people that go to jail and stuff like that, you know, they believe in breaking the rules. They're outgoing people. C-type people, very seldom, unless they're really conniving and they, you know, just really plan something. When they're going to do it, they're going to rob a bank and nobody's going to know it.
White collar.
Yeah, white collar crime. Yes. Okay. But they're going to be very careful because they don't want to break the rules. Okay. The attorney knows. Okay. Okay. This is I came in with the questions, and I want to go around the room because we're going to summarize. So we'll start with the D's, and I want you to read along with me. Diane, D's people say
What?
good. Okay.
So,
I people say,
who?
S people say, and C people say.
Why?
Okay. Now, how about the color? D people have the color.
Green.
Good. I people have the color.
Red.
S people have the color.
Blue.
Yep. Yellow people have the color.
Yellow.
C.
Yeah.
I'm dyslexic. Okay, how about this one? Read this for me, Diane. The model. D people say.
Go for it.
Okay. How about the eyes? They say what?
Listen up.
Lighten up.
Lighten up.
Oh, lighten up.
Lighten up? Okay, now listen up. Lighten up.
My bad.
Okay. S people say.
All for one for all.
Okay. And they say kumbaya like kumbaya. Kumbaya, kumbaya, my lord. Yeah. How do you feel it? Okay. Good. And then C people say.
If something can go wrong, it will.
It does, huh?
Yep.
Okay, good. See, now you're in the right group. Okay, let's do the target practice, Diane.
Ready, fire, aim.
Okay. And then how about the I people?
Ready, aim, talk.
And then talk and talk and talk and talk. Okay. And then S type people?
Sometimes I fire.
Okay, ready, ready, ready?
Ready, aim,
Good, okay, good. Okay. Now you get the picture? You know, we're all blends. So what's your blend? And I recommend that you go online and take the assessment because, like I said, I didn't know where I was. I have some books here you can online. DISC is the encyclopedia for blends. So when Garvin says, you know, he's a little bit of everything, you need to know for each personality style, there's 7 different blends. Okay? So my blend is a D-I-S, but I could be a S-I-D, and it makes a big difference how I operate. Okay? So it's good to know somebody's blend, but I don't want you to get into blends. I want you to know yourself first, and then recognize other people, and then we can go into blends. Okay? But your report will tell you what your blend is. Okay?
Where do we go online?
Where do you go online? Good question. Thank you for asking. If you flip your page over, in the red, you'll see Disc People. Right there. That's underline that. That's where you go.
Well, now, temporarily, is it dispeople.com? Is that what's on the back of the paper?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, gmail.com.
Right. Temporarily, what you want to do is call Fred right now to get a, because it's not up yet. To do the, okay, to go to dispeople.com and to click, you will not find the
Assessments?
right.
Okay, call me and I'll get the assessment.
Yeah,
for you. Okay.
I mean, we're working on it. We had the same problem. The website got
Yeah, it
hacked.
was my web guy, not mine. This
How
the
did,
whole
how
thing.
did these hackings happen?
You know, I don't know. The guy that I get my service through, his whole operation got hacked. I have no idea because all of a sudden I go to my website and my website's down.
Yeah.
And there's no website, it's gone.
Vendor done that, not fun.
Yeah, so, pardon?
Yes.
Yes, question, ask why, so you recognize that, good. So these are the different blends, so,
So we have to call your personal number?
yeah, if you want to take the assessment, yeah,
Because
personally, I
Fred
don't
will be able to give you the code that you can go in.
Yeah.
You used to be able to access it online, but
Yeah, and we'll get it back, and we're working on
Yeah.
it, but it's just,
I
as
haven't got
Cesar will tell you, it takes a little time to get these things back up. Okay? But these are the different blends, okay? And then the applications to be able to read people instantaneously, I've got that skill set, and for me it's not hard because I'm a dummy, and if I can figure it out, you should be able to figure it out, and it's this DISC. But it helps in business, team building, relationship, career, time management, education, and especially parenting. I think this is so important to learn for
But
parenting.
you didn't elaborate on the slide before that.
That one?
7 possible blends for
Yes.
this type: dominant, inspirational, cautious, and supportive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can get the book, and like I said, Jeff has these slide presentations and stuff.
You know what, by the way, I would recommend that slide on applications, show it in the beginning.
This?
No, the next one.
This one?
Because in the beginning of your presentations, the people can see, okay, I can see far ahead.
Mhm.
So, okay, now I get it, why this could be, now tell me why. Tell me how.
Okay.
But I'm a big-
Toastmasters tell them what you're gonna tell them.
Tell them what you tell them.
Yeah,
Tell
Tell
them.
them what you told them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do both.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. It's
this actually, yeah, is a little bit different than the one that I've got. I do have presentations on DVD, PowerPoints, if anybody wants to buy them for $5. Just a standard presentation like this. It's a little bit different.
yeah. It's but no, I appreciate that. I you know, pecking order has a lot to do with it. And the reason why I put this in the back so people, you know, I mean, I figured they can see, but either way, I put it back in the front.
Right.
Get them coming and going. Yeah. Okay. And then instant reading people, I go on reserve, and start watching, practicing TV and characters and stuff like that. That's really important. Is when you read a book, it's right now. It's kind of funny. It's like I'll talk to somebody and they'll say, you know, that person just worries and stuff like that, and I kind of already have an idea what their personality type is. Okay, and that's what you want to get good at doing. Okay. This is wrong. This is supposed to be like 2001, 2003.
Right.
Yeah, because I looked it up, and one of the kids. I mean, and guess what type of personality that corrected me? Any idea?
See.
You got it. You got it. When I do these evaluations, I'll ask people, you know, about the evaluation, and if I have misspelling and stuff like that, that's the first thing the C-type person. And they won't put their name on it. I know exactly what personality it is. So don't try that on me, Brad.
No, I'm looking
No,
it up.
I'm just messing with you. No, it's 2001, 2003. Is that what?
No, I'm gonna look it up so you know, and then you can.
Oh, I had it. I looked it up last time and I forgot about it.
Who did they beat?
I think it's 2001, 2003.
Well, I know it's the bloody sock incident with Kurt Schilling and then Randy Johnson.
Beat the
I can't remember who they beat though.
Yankees.
Oh,
Wow,
that's
really?
good. That's always
Elephant in the room.
Wow. See,
the best closer.
So was that the year? Was that what year is that? Do you remember?
I don't know the year.
Okay.
Just Google it.
Yeah, you Google it. I Googled it before. Yeah, so.
The last game they had their two best pitchers, two first top line pitchers.
Yeah,
trading
Schilling
off.
and
Schilling and
Randy Johnson.
Johnson. Yeah.
Right.
It's amazing baseball players.
Amazing.
Look at it, they know all the details.
Yeah.
Series.
Ask them what they do in their spare time.
Now I know.
Okay. So in Built Business, it's the ultimate discovery system. We do on-site personal development training. So if you have a group of people that wants to do a presentation, I'd love to do this.
2001.
For your real estate company, invite me to your real estate company. I do our complimentary presentations on pretty much the same stuff. Results-oriented in-house training. Teamwork is the most extensive tool. We have a whole series on team building, learn the strengths for each member, understanding team dynamics, discovering person. So we have team charts. So the thing is, if you run a business and you have 10 people working for you, we take your individual assessment chart and we graft it and we put it on a chart so you can see the whole makeup for your company. Okay, and it's really powerful. If you're running a company, you want to see, do you have, how many first basemen do you have, how many second basemen do you have? See, most people don't know what they have. They just like real estate. Oh, you got a real estate license, come hire me. But if I was hiring, I'd get D-type people, I-type people as your team because they're promoting. That's what you need in real estate, people promoting. So, okay, people are attracted diagonally and opposed to each other, which you already know. Things that people do so this is really important too, which I learned with this. People do things to other people, not for them, but they do it for themselves. So if I called you a name or something, I do it for my benefit, not to hurt you. Does that make sense?
It's in your nature.
It's your nature. You do things out of your nature.
But you're feeling that you're correcting them, right? Because you're dominant. Like you want to go and make the world in your image that you see,
Right.
Like change maker, right?
Yeah, well, D-type people do. That we like to change people. Yeah, but people do things. Whenever somebody does something like an I-type personality or an S-type personality, when they do things, they do it for themselves. It's like if he wants to help you, to feed you, clothe you, and stuff like that, he does it for his satisfaction. He does it because he wants to help you, but he does it because that's his nature.
Right, he's positive utilities.
Yeah. So, and that's because those are the things that he likes. Okay. Opposite attracting and attack. Okay. Career, depending on your career, personality, time management. Let's see. So one of the things I have here, for anybody who's a child, I've never done this before, and one of the things that Jeff and I are doing is creating more products. So I went to my website and copied these. These charts are normally $5 a piece. And so I copy them front and back. So if anybody wants to, these are parenting charts. They're all the things we talked about it. I have 3 packets, and we'll sell 3 packets for all these charts for $5. I mean, just so you can, if you want this stuff. I mean, I'm trying to just make this stuff accessible to people. So in concluding is here. What do you guys see here?
Music,
Could be other things. Could be 2 things.
saxophones.
And what, you see a saxophonist? What do you see?
Yeah, it could be sort of.
Yeah, I see a saxophone.
I see somebody with a big nose.
But what's the thing floating off like the note?
Oh, I see a woman's
face.
face.
That's a
Yeah,
woman's
you know
face.
what?
I don't know what you want.
Yeah, I see
But it
it.
depends on what
Oh,
you
from this side, I see a saxophone.
Black part is
But now
definitely
when I lean
Yes,
this
it
way, I
is.
see a
Yes,
face.
it is.
Woman's
Yeah,
face.
but
a
what is the thing
caricature.
flying off the saxophone?
That's
her
her
eye.
eye. That's a woman's eye.
That's a
So
woman's
why
No,
I
I know.
lean
I
back.
saw the woman right
I saw
away.
the
But if it was a
First.
saxophone,
Then I got
it
the
could be,
saxophone.
it's
Well,
a
it's
spit
caricature.
coming out of his mouth.
I
don't
guess.
know.
And I can't get the other one aside from a face. Where's the other one?
The saxophonist,
The
he has
No,
a
the
big
second
nose.
one. The second one.
Oh, the
Second
second
one in the
one.
middle.
I see a face.
Oh, that's a
Oh, the
face
middle
too.
one, yeah.
It's a
Face.
woman. She has white eyes.
See a bear.
I could see a bear.
I'm just.
No, it's a woman facing this way.
Do you see the letters? Do you
I'm
see the
not sure
letters?
it's a woman.
Do you see the letters there?
Oh, could be
liar.
Liar!
Oh my
Liar!
God.
Liar!
That's not both of them.
That's great. I didn't see that.
I can't imagine what the third one.
And how about that one? All those characters are all the same?
Right.
See, it's just
They're
seeing
on
different
the side.
perspective. I want you to leave here and look at life not the same way you came in the door. You see things with a whole different perspective. environment has a lot to do with this. This young man left, but your environment has a lot to do with it. You know, all same colors, but the different backgrounds have a lot to do with it. It's kind of fun stuff. Okay, and wrapping up, D families. D family, a D person's happy, the family's happy to see them go because when they leave home because they're too bossy. An I-type person, families hate to see them go and leave because they were so much fun, they hate to see them go. The S-type people, they're still home taking care of mom and dad. And the C-type people are calculating moms and dads' retirement funds, figuring out how they can make money from the family assets. Okay? So these are all the different books that we have online. A lot of different books, kids' books. This is for Diane's purpose. Kids' books, children's books, Tales Out of School. I gave Diane that book. So this is for how to sell for the salesman, how to sell naked, how to write your scripts when you're cold calling, what to say to the people, and recognize their personality needs. Okay. And this is the adult profile. This is for the end. If you're really serious, you want to do that. You want to run an assessment. And you know what? These assessments, they're $59. They're $59 for a complete assessment. But for those of you that are low, short budgets, we have our assessment, a 4-page assessment, it's $12.95 to see where you are. And then when you get a little extra more money, you sell a piece of real estate, then you can upgrade, and then you get more pages. So it's affordable for anybody. So $12.95 to get you started to see where you are. And it's not so much what you are. And I've got some reports. Afterwards, you can look at the reports and you can see what's detailed. And this is my information. And then I have an evaluation.